Hello, and welcome. Thank you for being here. And I think, you know what? We're going to start this off with some congratulations. Some congratulations are in order. And I'm saying congrats to you for being here for yourself. So, look, the world is crazy right now. It's very easy to get hypnotized and sucked into thinking about and worrying about the things that they want you to think about and worry about. They are distractions. It stops you from thinking about your own personal value, your own life, your individual sovereignty, your health and wellness, the way you show up for yourself every single day. That is what matters at the end of the day. That is the most important part of being a human. And if you're here, that means you care about yourself and you care about putting yourself first. So congratulations, round of applause to you. You're doing great. Now, today, I've got some questions that people keep asking me via email, and I figured I would just hop on a quick live and go over these questions with you as well. If you have any questions at all, post them in the chat. That way I can get to your questions and answer any questions that you have specifically, but usually about Lyme disease, co-infections, and healing the body from the inside out. My name is Ryan Kearns. I've been a holistic nutritionist now for 5+ years, and it's because back in 2016 I had Lyme disease. It wrecked me, it knocked me down, it took me out, it scared me honestly, and it put me in a place where I didn't know if I was going to get better. Now, they gave me antibiotics and just basically told me to go away, but those antibiotics did not work the way that I thought they would. And when I started looking into everything, I realized what was going on. I was being fed lies. So I continued diving deeper and deeper into health and wellness and how to improve our health and biohack our way into a holistically healthy body and life. And I'll tell you what, I changed my life forever from that point forward. So it's been about 9 years now, and I haven't had any Lyme disease symptoms at all after the first year of fighting back against Lyme disease. And I attribute it to, knowledge. Really, knowledge is power, but then also knowing when to take action and what to take action on over a long period of time, putting in that time and effort to get the basics right, to get my life in order in every way possible, really turned around and ended up helping me take back my body and feel like myself again. So that is why I have this message to share with other people. That is why I do these live videos. This is why I answer questions. This is why I created something called LymeWars.com. If you go to LymeWars.com, you can see that you can get the exact herbal protocol and all the supplements and everything that I use to get better from Lyme disease. You can get it shipped directly to your door every single month, so you have everything you need to start healing your body. Specifically, the 3 herbs, Andrographis paniculata, Polygonum cuspidatum, and Uncaria tomentosa. Those 3 herbs were the cornerstone of my healing journey, and now they serve as the cornerstone for thousands of other people who are getting better every single day. We keep getting 5-star reviews from people that are transforming their life, just turning everything around and getting their symptoms better. But today, we're going over some questions that you all asked me. Let's check out question number 1 from Christine. Hello, Ryan, on the talk for the 27th. Hey, that's today. I have a question. When I exercise at the gym, my muscles hurt for 2 or 3 days. Is this normal? I mean, I'm in pain. Still strong on my herbs and collagen and all other things that you suggested. Okay, well, great job, Christine, taking the suggestions that I gave you and moving forward, and also getting out there and exercising. I know it's not easy, especially if you're dealing with pain in your muscles and joints, and if you're dealing with things like chronic Lyme disease, it can be very tricky to work out. It's hard for regular people to work out, right? And when I say regular people, I mean people that aren't dealing with chronic illness have a hard time working out as well. Trust me, I haven't had any symptoms in many years, and I still have to, kind of convince myself to go work out every day. And usually I win the argument, and I do. But it's always a thing. It's not fun to exercise. So I just wanted to say good job there. We need to move our bodies. It's so important. I learned recently that movement and exercise can be medicine as well, and that movement add it into your daily regimen is amazing. So the fact that you're in pain tells me that you might need some help on the recovery aspect of exercise, right? So when we think about recovery, there's a few important things. The first thing is that recovery starts as soon as the last exercise ends. So immediately after you're done exercising, you're in recovery mode. And it's important to be intentional and think through this recovery mode before you start exercising, because it actually helps you improve how fast your muscles heal, how faster you can get back to exercising more, and how good you feel from the exercise that you're doing. So the first thing is to get a good meal, right? People villainize different food groups like carbs or fat and this and that, right? Carbs are essential when you're working out, right? We deplete something called glycogen stores in our muscles when we're working out. We need to replace that. We need to get glycogen stores back up after a hard workout. So a little bit of carbs goes a long way when it comes to refueling after exercise. You also obviously want to have protein in there. I'm sure you know that, but get that protein in quickly to make sure that your muscles are rebuilding directly after the gym. I like to get both carb and protein in within an hour of working out if I can. And so that will help a little bit with the resting and repairing and recovering from those hard workouts. But another thing is, right when you're done working out, you can really focus on the breath and breathing through the nose, out through the mouth. Get the oxygen into your muscles so that you can start to heal those muscles and get better, so you can get back out to working out again. And finally, a lot of pain and things that come from exercising from pain, a lot of it has to do not only with what you're eating, right? If you're eating an anti-inflammatory diet, that's going to help a ton. But also, one of the main things that people don't think about when it comes to, exercise and recovering quickly after exercise is breathing and, their mindset. If you're stressed out in other areas of your life and then you add that physical stress via exercise to your life, it can make things really tricky. And it's kind of like you're running an uphill battle. But the simple things like the basic things are what actually get you out of this, right? We're talking about sleep. We're talking about hydration. We're talking about nutrition, the very simple basic things that you don't want to hear someone talk about because they're not sexy. They're not new. They're not flashy. They are just the very simple things that work, right? But definitely get the electrolytes you need in as well, the hydration you need. Doing all of these things combined is what helps you recover as quickly as possible. But frequency is really important, right? The more frequently you exercise, the quicker your body will actually heal from the exercise because our body knows how to adapt. So if you're just starting out and you exercised once and you were sore for 3 days, then I would say you've got to exercise twice within 3 days to get your body moving in towards the pattern of, okay, exercise is normal. Let's adapt. Let's make sure we can go 2-3 days in a row. When the more frequently we exercise, the quicker our body learns to adapt to that exercise. So frequency really matters as well. If you're not exercising very often, then when you do exercise, it's going to hurt really bad. It's going to suck a lot. So that's my answer to that. When your muscles are hurting 2 or 3 days later, I would say focus heavily on recovery and increase the frequency of your exercise, although that might sound scary. But also, I know you're walking a tight rope. You're trying to balance between exercising regularly every day and healing the body from a Lyme disease infection. So this balance is like a tightrope. You want to make sure that you're not overdoing it because then you can have a major relapse in symptoms as well. So do your best to walk that tightrope, do enough to challenge yourself, not too much, and then just really focus on recovery heavily for the rest of the day. I mean, like even to the point, like if you need to take a nap at any point in the afternoon, if you're able to, if you're not working and busy and all those things, go ahead and take that nap because your body tells you how to recover. Your body knows when it needs rest. It knows when to, eat, when to drink, when to sleep. If you're able to get the information from your body instead of trying to get knowledge from everywhere else to then use on your body, try to listen to your body more and understand what it wants and give it to your body in that moment. And just focus on recovery, and you can do it. Great job exercising, even though you're dealing with a Lyme infection. Christine, love it. Great job. And keep going. You've got this. All right. Next question here. Lori says, I'm doing not too bad, and sooner or later I will be out of this fight against Lyme disease. I love that positive attitude, Lori. That's so great to hear. You know, you're not just giving up on yourself. You're not saying it's impossible. You're not saying that it's going to take forever. You're just saying, I will beat this eventually, no matter how long it takes. And that is the mindset that it does take in order to take back your body. From my experience, that's what I found for myself. You said you're choosing to be in a good mood every day. Love that. My work is limited. As soon as I do more, pain comes back. I am low on energy and easy emotionally down. Okay, I understand that. And she said, I'm hoping my order will come in this week. Me too. As soon as we get you on those herbs, the Lyme Wars herbs are so helpful for almost all of these things that you're mentioning here. I've seen people talk about feeling emotionally leagues better because they're taking the herbs. It's not just going to be, you know, your energy improves or your joint pain goes away. It actually affects every area of your life because, as you've alluded to in this message, you're saying when you're emotionally down and then you start to see results, you start to get back your health a little bit, you start to feel better and better, and your emotions go up with that health as your health goes up. So it's really cool to see. And I just wanted to share Lori's quick story. She's not really asking a question, but I just wanted to share. She has an amazing attitude, and I love that. And I think more people would benefit from having a very similar attitude as this. Again, I'm not doing too bad. And sooner or later, I will be out of this fight against Lyme disease, and I'm choosing to be in a good mood every day. If you do that, you'll get where you're trying to go. I promise, Lori. Great job, and learn from Lori. She's doing some great stuff. Next question, Charles. Okay, Charles says, I've had Lyme disease for more than 20 years before being diagnosed 1 year ago. Can I beat this or just make it manageable? And if you're looking for someone to come on here and say, you will never beat this, you will never get better, you're talking to the wrong guy, you're looking at the wrong person. I will never do that. I always want to keep the hope alive, and I always believe it's better to believe that you can take back your body and feel like yourself again. I know you can do it because I've worked with people that have had Lyme disease for 30 years, for 20 years, for 8 years, 10 years, 15 years, all across the board. People who've had chronic Lyme disease for long periods of time are able to get better. It takes time, it takes patience, it takes using the right combination of holistic wellness approaches, right? We need to dial in the diet. We need to dial in the supplements. We need to dial in exactly which herbs we're using to target symptoms, but also to, rebuild underlying structures that have been damaged from Lyme microbes. So we've got to make sure we're hitting all of these pieces at the same time. It's like a massive puzzle. And you have all the pieces at first, and then some pieces might even be missing. And then as you go through the puzzle, it becomes clearer and clearer and clearer. And you finally find the missing pieces. You get to put those missing pieces in, and then the picture is clear and your body gets better, right? It doesn't just happen from one single puzzle piece. It's not just an easy button that you push and everything gets better. It takes time, consistency, long-term approach, and it takes holistic wellness, understanding how you're feeling in every single moment and how your body is reacting to the different things that you're doing, and then listening to your body, changing, tweaking, and moving forward from there. So, it comes down to what people are now referring to as biohacking, really, when we are getting better from Lyme disease, a lot of us are doing exactly that. We're biohacking. We're trying something, seeing what happens, measuring the results, right? You have a test, a hypothesis, and then you measure the results and see if your hypothesis happened or not, and then you adjust and test again. This is the scientific method, and we all use it on ourselves in the biohacking community to try to get better from Lyme disease, or to just try and optimize our life, to try to feel good every day, to try to have more energy, more brain power, more health, wellness, more wealth, more relationships. Everything, right, can come from there. But this is gaining popularity, this biohacking movement. And my answer to you, Charles, is you can get better. I know for a fact because I've seen it happen with dozens of people in the same exact situation as you. Now, I don't know you specifically. I don't have your charts. I don't know what's going on inside of your specific body and your specific case. So I can't, in good conscience, say you will 100% get better if you do X, Y, and Z. I don't have that information for you, but I can say if you continue down the path, you will get somewhere worth getting to. And I've seen it over and over again, so I just have to believe that in order to continue showing up every day to help as many people as I can. Otherwise, why am I doing this? So hopefully that helps you out, Charles. And we're here for you if you have any questions or need anything. And if you haven't yet started the Lyme Wars Herbs, go grab like some free samples. We have free samples for you. If you didn't get them yet, just go to lymewars.com, check it out, see what you want to do, see what level works for you. And we're here for you to help if you have any questions at all. Donna said, went to the doctor, said stage 2 is not considered Lyme. What's the best herbs to use? Well, Donna, I'm so glad you asked. Some of you are laughing right now, but the best herbs to use are 100% the Lyme Wars herbs, since you asked, Donna. So this is Lyme Wars andrographis. This is known for killing Lyme spirochetes. And it's also really good for your gut. It's prebiotic because it is just a green leaf. And so it gives you, some fiber, and it helps the gut bacteria. And it also kills Lyme microbes upon contact. So it's just like antibiotics, except for without all the downsides. No killing your healthy gut bacteria. No gut microbiome that is just, completely demolished because you're using antibiotics. Use andrographis. It kills Lyme microbes, but it also helps the gut bacteria. It also helps with the immune system. It's cardioprotective, and it reduces inflammation from the cytokine cascade from Lyme disease as well. If you don't know what that is, there's a cytokine storm that happens when your immune system overreacts to Lyme microbes and it can't seem to eliminate them. It creates these cytokines, which are basically immune system cells that fight back. And it just continues releasing them, and this cascade just snowballs into a bigger and bigger immune system problem. And that's where a lot of the symptoms come from. So we've got to control the immune system. And the immune system must be modulated. And my favorite herb for that is the Lyme Wars cat's claw. So cat's claw supports a healthy nervous system. It enhances our natural killer cells, and it improves immune system modulation. So this is the immune system herb. So we've got the microbe killing herb, then the immune system improving or modulating herb, and then finally we want Polygonum cuspidatum, which is the red Lyme Wars herb, and it's Japanese knotweed. It helps with bacteria biofilm disruption. It also penetrates the blood-brain barrier, the gut-brain barrier. It helps with immune system support. It protects the brain and the heart. It has so many health benefits. Those are the three top herbs that I only three herbs I use to kill Lyme disease and to fight back against Lyme disease. I used a very important supplement regimen. My diet was all the way dialed in. My habits were at their peak performance, but I also use those three herbs. And why should you get Lyme Wars herbs? Why not just some other random company? Well, I'll tell you a story about that at the end of this video, but the truth is we third-party test these. I made these so that I could take them and so that I could give them to my kids. And so they're that level of safety and efficiency and health. They're not just thrown together in some, back alley, like in my bedroom or something. This is like, we went to a third-party lab, had them test it. We've turned away product before that failed any test that they took. And we take it really, really seriously, because I take these myself. If there's a flu going around, or if my kid comes home from school sick, we take them so that we can get better faster. The antibacterial benefits, the anti-inflammatory benefits are just next level. There's nothing really that can give you that without getting a prescription from a doctor. And even those, then it's like a little bit too harsh and it's too much on your body. So that's where the herbs are just perfect. They help fight back against illness, but they don't overpower everything and hurt your body in a way that something like antibiotics would. And herbs are just magical. They've been around for thousands and thousands of years now. We have so much information about how they help the human body. And those 3 herbs are very well studied, very well written about in the Lyme disease community. And I didn't make this up. I just read about it. And then I wanted to make it a lot easier than it was for me. See, I was taking teas and tinctures and making teas and buying bulk herbs to make into teas. There's videos of it all on this YouTube channel. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button, by the way. And I got sick of it. It was annoying. It was expensive. It took too long. And it took too much time, money, and energy. And I decided I'm going to make this easier for everyone else. So now, for less than a cup of coffee per day, you can have these 3 herbs sent directly to your door. You can take them every morning, and you can start to take back your body from Lyme disease. It's as simple as that. So anyway, I hope that helps, Donna. Those are the best herbs for Lyme disease. Thank you for asking. That was a wonderfully generous question. And I wonder if you knew about the fact that I have herbs ready for you to go when you asked the question. But thank you, Donna. Next, Katie. Okay. Hi, Ryan. I'm wondering if you can answer my question. When you have Bartonella and when it suddenly seems to get worse, like your whole arms get pretty numb and feel swollen, is that a good sign or a bad sign? Is it killing the spirochetes off and they're mad, or is it a bad sign of them getting worse and taking over? Okay, I see where you're going with this, and that's an excellent question. And whenever I hear someone say, I suddenly got worse, my symptoms got worse after starting this regimen or doing this herbal protocol or starting this antibiotic, then I start to think right away, this is likely a Lyme microbe die-off reaction. So what's happening is your body is having a hard time detoxing out all of the Lyme microbe die-off that's happening, which releases toxins all throughout your system. And your body just can't get rid of all of it. It's backed up. It's not working correctly. It's not detoxing correctly. So it's a negative sign that your body is not working as well as it could to get rid of everything, but it is a positive sign to know that things are dying off, if that makes sense. So it's both a positive and a negative. It's not just a positive or just a negative. And it's not necessarily saying that your Lyme disease is getting worse, and it's most likely that you need to support your detoxification systems and your lymphatic drainage pathways. So the best ways to do that, you can start dry brushing, rebounding, exercising, getting lots of fiber in your diet, right? We want to make sure we're having bowel movements every single day, twice a day if possible. We want to drink tons of water, 1/2 ounce of water per pound of body weight, right? So if you weigh 200 pounds, just for a random easy example, 200 pounds would be 100 ounces of water. So stay very hydrated so that you pee a lot. Stay very fiberful so that you poop a lot, and sweat is the third one. So sauna, exercise, do things that gets your blood pumping a lot and gets your pores sweating. Sweat doesn't actually release toxins through your skin, but it does turn on all of the other drainage pathways in your liver and your kidneys, and it gets a lot of things moving. The blood pumping around your body is a big benefit when it comes to detoxification. So really, we want to just support those detoxification systems. There's so much more you can do with that. When it comes to herbs, you can use things like dandelion root tea or milk thistle to support the liver, and it depends how much support you need with detox for how far you're going to take your detox protocol. But just know that you need to support your body through detox. There's a lot of free things you can do. And then if you want to take it more seriously and go more advanced with your detoxification, there's a lot of, expensive things you could do, if you will. So hopefully that helps you out. I wouldn't be super concerned that everything is going terribly, and I wouldn't be, complacent either. I would think, okay, things are getting worse when I'm thinking that you're using the herbs. I'm not 100% sure. This is actually a normal thing that happens, but let's support the detox systems. Let's support all of our lymphatic drainage. We can do some rebounding, do some dry brushing, get some massage, things that will help free up that lymph flow and also help with detoxification is really going to help you get through this process. So I hope that helps, Katie, and reach out if you have any other questions. We are here for you. Thank you so much. Stacy said fatigue and joint pain. So those are just some random symptoms that she's throwing out there. Fatigue and joint pain, okay. Let's do whatever we can to get better, shall we, Stacy? I kind of don't really know where to go with this one. I mean, I can just rant a little bit about fatigue and joint pain. So fatigue a lot of the time comes down to how well we're sleeping, if we're being completely honest. And some people think that they're sleeping a lot better than they actually are, which is a whole other problem. So when you're feeling fatigue, there's a whole list of questions we have to ask about why, when, where, right? Like, when are you feeling fatigue? Is it the same time every day? Is there a strategy we can use to get over that hump? Is there a strategy we can use to improve your overall energy? Right? We have to ask all of these questions and get to the bottom, the root cause. We're not trying to, just stick a Band-Aid on this process here and say, this is exactly how it will work every single time. And boom, here's a Band-Aid, problem's fixed. That's not really how things work. We want to get to the root cause of it. What is causing the fatigue? What is causing the joint pain, right? Sometimes joint pain can be caused by something simple like, maybe the person's overweight and that overweight is causing too much weight on the joints and it hurts the joints. That's just an example, right? Maybe the joint pain is from Lyme spirochetes actually eating at the joints and digging into these deep, dark places in our body. So it can be all different types of things for different people, and it really depends on their overall health picture and analysis of what their day looks like, what their body looks like, what their health information looks like, and the data we get allows us to make these decisions and decide which way we want to go with things and what will be the most beneficial route for that specific individual. We can't keep making decisions on populations of people. Individuals matter far more when it comes to health outcomes. We all have different DNA, we all have different genes and all types of other reasons. But fatigue and joint pain can be really, really difficult. If you're dealing with fatigue and joint pain and you think you have Lyme disease, I would say start the herbal protocol, but also start thinking about what other supplements are going to help you through this and what other habits might actually help you. See, sometimes people tell me that they're tired in the afternoon, and it'll be someone that doesn't have Lyme disease. Let's say it's someone that is just living a normal life. They have a regular job. They get tired around 2 p.m. every single day. It's pretty normal. The after lunch crash can happen. Well, what if we strategize and restructure that person's day to the point where they have a workout that they do right around that time, right around 1 or 2 p.m. when they normally would crash? You're going to do 100 pull-ups, right? So that's a very specific person that would benefit from that. But the right person doing that would see an increase in energy thereafter. After shocking their immune system with that heavy load, they would see more energy instead of less energy right there in the middle of the day. Even though they normally get super tired at that time, they would get a spike of energy at that time if they did something different that day. And so there's so much you can do within the confines of how your specific individual body is operating and is feeling in the moment. And I find that fascinating, and that's probably why I'm so addicted to trying to help people with their health, and why I've been doing this for so long, even though it's not always easy to do. So, fatigue and joint pain, get to the root cause, Stacy. Keep pushing to get to the root cause, whether it's your diet or whether it's lack of exercise or whether it's Lyme disease itself that's causing this, and you have the Lyme test, and you have you're taking the herbs, but you're just taking some time to get better. That's totally fine. You're just on the path and you're dealing with the things that are in the way, but they will lift if you stay on the path and if you continue to make other improvements as well. Remember, nobody is a finished product. Nobody is a finished product. I haven't had any Lyme disease symptoms in so many years, but I still don't look at myself as like, I made it or something. I'm constantly trying to get healthier, trying to tweak my schedule, trying to tweak my, exercise routine, tweaking my diet, tweaking my supplement. I'm constantly changing things and testing what works best for me. And that's that biohacking mindset that we were talking about earlier. I think a lot of people would benefit from having that type of mindset when it comes to healing Lyme disease. And I think a lot of people have proven that already by the amount of people who've gotten better from Lyme disease on their own, right? It's such a DIY disease where people are taking matters into their own hand and healing because we're not getting the help that's required from the traditional medical system. And so we see biohackers do really, really well when it comes to Lyme disease because they listen to their body. They do the tests. They do the measurements. They figure out what's working. They figure out what's not working, and they continue moving forward for a long period of time without quitting, and boom, they end up getting better. So just something to think about. Thank you so much, Stacy. I hope to continue supporting you dealing with that fatigue and joint pain. Not sure what exact question you had with that one, but I'm glad you reached out and shared what you're struggling with, because it allowed me to just rant for a little bit on fatigue and joint pain and biohacking and how to get better. So, Kim emailed saying, my son has Lyme disease. He's had it a couple years now. He keeps getting fevers and feeling like he has a flu and bad body aches. It's hard for him to work when he's not able to get out of bed. He's done all the antibiotics, but is still so sick. What should he do? Okay, I see this all the time where people come, where people get Lyme disease and they're not able to work because they're bedridden, or they can't walk well, or they're dealing with Lyme disease, right? And then they use antibiotics, and the antibiotics work as far as they do and don't work as far as they don't, right? And that person gets more sick because their gut microbiome is absolutely destroyed from antibiotics in a lot of cases. Now, I can't say that's 100% true in this case or in every case or anything like that, but I can say in a lot of cases, antibiotics do more harm than people want to admit. I'll say that. I almost said more harm than good, but I'm not sure that's true. Antibiotics are an excellent invention, but used long term and used for something like Lyme disease, I just find it to be just not as effective as it could be. And so the fact that he's done the antibiotics and he's still sick, I would say it's time to try another approach. It's time to look for what else is out there. And obviously I'm biased, but using herbs worked for me. It's worked for hundreds of other people. And now we've made it really easy for everybody to try herbs at LymeWars.com because they cost less than a cup of coffee per day. They're sent right to your door. It's no hassle. We walk you through with instructions on exactly how to start using this herbal protocol and adapting it to your lifestyle. So it's super easy, simple, cheap, and it can even be fun at times because you'll spend time with me cracking jokes, talking about healing the body and getting better. So if your son is still not feeling well and he's done antibiotics and he's getting flu and body aches, it sounds like it might be like a Rocky Mountain spotted fever type situation. Not sure what part of the world you're living in. If he has a Lyme disease diagnosis, that's a positive thing. And again, I would get him on the Lyme Wars herbs immediately. That's what I would do with everybody that comes to me. And it's not just because, it's my company and Lyme Wars is, it's not just because of it's mine, right? I don't care about that at all. You can go get the same 3 herbs from someone else. The only thing is, I know that these are the highest quality, potency, and they're third-party tested, so they're the safest and highest rated in that sense. So that's why I tell you to get Lyme Wars herbs. But really, just get the 3 herbs: Andrographis paniculata, Polygonum cuspidatum, Uncaria tomentosa. Those 3 herbs are such a powerhouse. And then if you want to add a 4th one, you could add Cryptolepsis. You want to add a 5th one, if there's a lot of joint pain, you could try kudzu. There's a ton of herbs that are really, really helpful, specifically for Lyme disease. But the 3 that are in the Lyme Wars herb box are the ones that are the foundational ones, right? They hit the most population of people. They help the most. They're kind of like what you should use first. And that's why we made it that way. But I really think that your son would find a ton of benefits just using the 3 herbs in that box, and then take it from there. If it doesn't work, or if there's adjustments that need to be made, there's a ton of other herbs that can help as well. But I would take the herbal route because it's way less, it's way less risky. There's really no risk with using herbs. The biggest risk is, there's a reaction, and you'll see that reaction happen. And that's why we test the herbs slowly, right? So the biggest risk is you take one of the herbs, you have a slight reaction, whether it's like your skin swells up or you notice your stomach hurts or something like that, and then you don't take it again. It's completely fine. But that's actually almost never happened. We don't have people saying that. What happens instead is they try it, it works, they continue using it, and things get better and better and better and better the more that they use it. And of course, like everything, there's going to be down days and up days, but over a longer, time horizon, that person takes back their body. They feel better and they have more energy and their joints don't hurt and they stop getting headaches and they stop having fevers and body aches. And that's just what we see happen over and over and over again. So it's tough for me to sit here and tell you to do anything else other than the thing that I see working over and over and over again from all these people that we've been helping, and that worked for me. At the end of the day, this is exactly what I used to get better. It's just that it wasn't as easy for me. I didn't have it, third-party tested and highest quality, highest potency, packaged up with the right milliliters and the right amount, perfectly packaged for someone that's trying to heal. I actually had to, come up with all that stuff from scratch. So save yourself all the time and money and energy that I had to put into it. Just go to limewars.com and boom, you'll be saving already. So Kim, I've had so many mothers email me, tell me their son got better from Lyme disease, and they thank me because their son got better. It's not my fault. It's their fault. They're a great mom that made a good decision when it was put in front of them, right? They made a good decision just by saying yes to the thing that works for so many people. It's almost frustrating how simple it is and how much it works from my point of view, because it's like, just do this, like, just do it. You know what I mean? I wish I could just tell people, like, just do it, because it works, period. Like there's no, I wish I didn't have to do all of this explaining to tell you guys how well this works and explain why it works and the science underneath it and the studies that have come out. I mean, it's all clear as day. It's all right in front of you. online, it's everywhere. You can find all this stuff for yourself. I'm just sharing it as often as possible because I want to help and I want to spread the word about this stuff. I believe there's not enough people talking about it, and I believe it was a lot harder to deal with this problem than it needed to be. And so that's why Lyme Wars exists, and that's why I keep talking about it, and why when you come to me and ask, how do I get better? The first thing I'm going to say is obviously the thing that I keep seeing work over and over. So Cheryl actually brought this up to me today because she said she wanted to let me know. She took a 2-week break of not taking the Lyme Wars herbs after taking them for 5 months. So she started getting stiff and achy again right away. And so she was reaching out to tell me about that. Okay, so this is not a good thing. I would never want someone to get sick or feel worse. That's terrible, right? So the truth with Cheryl is going to be that she just needs to stay on it longer than 5 months and continue using the protocol for a longer period of time. As she says in her email, she says, I know you recommend taking the herbs for a year. So she's admitting a little bit there that she didn't take them for as long as I did, and as long as the people that get the best possible results do, right? So she didn't take them for a full year. She only took them for 5 months, and then she stopped, and then the Lyme microbes were still there and started to gain a foothold again. So when we use the herbs over a longer period of time and just consistently use them day in and day out, that is when the best results occur, especially if we're improving detoxification and improving our diet and improving our hydration as we go along. Everything just starts to fall into line, and your body naturally reaches homeostasis and heals itself. So Cheryl, hang in there, keep going. I'm sorry that you had a regression in your symptoms after stopping the Lyme Wars herbs, but I'm glad you're getting back on the herbs, because then hopefully your symptoms will go away for good as you continue down the path. So thank you so much, Cheryl, for your message. And that is all of the questions that I had planned for this today. Now I'm just going to check all of the chats to see if there's any other questions. If anybody has any questions, go ahead, post it in the chat. Post it in the chat on TikTok as well. I'm live on both TikTok and YouTube right now. Let's see. Okay, Glamma79, can you text the 3 herbal route or send to me, or where do we find them? I'm sorry, it came late. So the 3 herbs are available at limewars.com, but they are Andrographis paniculata, they are Uncaria tomentosa, and Polygonum cuspidatum. Those are the Latin terms for them, and the reason I use Latin is just to make it as specific as possible, because there's lots of different kinds of herbs and plants that can be confused. I want to be specific about which ones they are. The regular names for them are Andrographis, cat's claw, and Japanese knotweed. So that's the 3 herbs. And you can get them at limewars.com or at the link in my bio. Thank you. Of course, happy to help. Any other questions? Let me know. I'm available for some questions. If there are no more questions, I will be wrapping this up. I thank you for spending this time with me. And yeah, I can't wait to see you take back your body and feel like yourself again. If you haven't already, go to limewars.com. We have an amazing herb box there that's just been changing lives left and right. I love getting all of the reviews and testimonials that I get in my email. It's been amazing to see, mothers tell me about their sons getting better, or grandmas telling me how they get to play with their kids again or their grandkids again, or even young men telling me that they're back to work. It's so amazing to read these kinds of stories, because it's just something so simple that I created because I needed it, right? I needed someone that was going to make these herbs easy for me to take, affordable for me to take, ready for me to take, easy, right? And nobody was. And so all I did was put it together thinking this will help somebody else. I know it will. And now it's helped thousands of other people. And I just keep trying to get it into the hands of as many people as possible that have Lyme disease or co-infections, including Babesia, Bartonella, Ehrlichia, Morgellons. I could go on and on with all the co-infections, but these herbs are helpful for all those co-infections as well. So share the message. Tell everyone you know. LymeWars.com. We are helping people get better, take back their body, and feel like themselves again. So thank you so much for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you're on YouTube. Follow me on TikTok. I'm here. Oh, my inflammation is off the roof and my CRP is so high I need to lower. Nothing working. I mean, you need to message me. My question is a little complex. Okay, yeah, you can message me. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching, and congratulations on taking time for yourself today to focus on your health and focus on getting better and feeling like the best version of yourself. You know, not everyone does that. And a lot of people are hypnotized right now into focusing on the things that they don't care about and things that are not improving their life and making them a better citizen, making them better people for the other people in their life, so we can have that massive snowball effect and make the world a better place. So congratulations for thinking about yourself, for showing up, and for putting in the work that other people aren't willing to put in. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.